Our community is an inviting and wonderful place to live. At least for most of us. Is it a car? Or is it a home? There are hundreds of homeless people in Rutherford and Cannon Counties, which is why we offer shelter equal to 14,000 nights a year. Yes, sometimes even our small towns can have big city problems. As accommodating as our community is, some people get kicked to the curb, literally living their lives on the streets. Which is why we served 56,676 meals in 2018, and with our Christian heritage, filling them with more than just food. Other people lose their homes or their marriage, and their dignity isn't far behind. So we also offer counseling as well as life skills classes, because picking up the pieces sometimes includes reassembling a person's self-image.
Hi, and welcome to the 2020 Beyond the Bells virtual luncheon. Thank you for joining us. Before we get started today, I want to let you know of a few ways that you can engage with us during today's event. If you're joining us via Crowdcast, please use the chat button located just there to open up a chat and tell us the stories of how the Salvation Army has impacted you, ask questions, or just tell us some of the things that are important to you in this community. If you are watching via Facebook Live or YouTube Live, use the comment section just underneath those videos to do the same thing. We have Salvation Army staff who are waiting to answer any of those questions or provide the resources or to just hear those stories. Throughout the broadcast, you are going to see a QR code. It looks a little bit like this. And during those times, we encourage you to use the camera app on your smartphone to scan that QR code, scan that image, and then it will take you to the beyondthebells.org website where you can complete a donation to support the Salvation Army. We thank you so much for all that you have done by being here and all that your heart is for supporting the Salvation Army here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Hello, I am Captain Michael Knott, and this is Captain Patricia Knott. We are excited to be here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, to come alongside you and serve. And we are excited about what clips we have to share with you, to show you the ministry that's going on. But before we do all that, I just want to open us up with prayer that we ultimately know that God is in control of all of this.
Thank you. Join me in prayer. Lord, we thank you this day for those who are watching so that they can see the things that the Salvation Army is doing here in Murfreesboro. During this time of uncertainty, we thank you that you, Lord, are our stability. You have allowed us to continue to meet the needs as they walk through our doors. Every family is experiencing a high level of stress, but as you move on the hearts and minds of those who watch, we are confident, Lord, that you will find a way to extend hope to our overwhelmed families. Lord, lead us as we serve and lead those who can give to give generously.
Let's take a moment now and look at some clips that kind of just give us that hope that we are so much seeking for.
I found myself in more or less overnight penniless and homeless. And it got really cold one night. I was sleeping in my car that night. So the next day I called here at the center. They had told me they had beds available for people, emergency situations and so forth. Staying here gave me a sense of direction, because there are rules and regulations you have to follow here, and you may not see them as clearly as they do, but what you don't realize while you're here is that they've done this for a long time. They've been helping people for quite a while. So a lot of people think, when they think Salvation Army, they picture the little bell ringers outside the store and all that. I don't think they actually know what all they actually do. That's the only thing that most people think about. They don't think about the fact that they have dorms for men and women, that have been either abused or mistreated or fell on hard times in life. They have programs, to help people. There's a whole lot that they do that the general public is not aware of, because the first thing, like I said, they picture is the little bell ringers outside the store. I found a temp service that hooked me up with the company I'm with now. I have been with that company for a year and a half. In the past week, I am being hired onto their payroll. And in 8 months, I have managed to go back and file 5 years of back taxes and straighten that out, pay all my child support up and get it finished up. I was able to reinstate my Class A CDL license, which I had been without for almost 3 years. They give you a chance here that you don't get anywhere else. A lot of times when you're in life, you always run into times you say, I wished I could do that over, or, I wished I had a second chance for that. They give you that second chance here.
Thank you for joining today's Beyond the Bells virtual event. So many of you are out there that have joined us today, and you're the ones that work to make our community a great place to be. This is an unusual time in our country, in our community. We can't be together, but we know the needs of our community continue to grow. And the Salvation Army is committed to continuing to serve those needs. Last year, the Salvation Army served over 58,000 meals, over 14,000 lodging nights, and 1,122 children were part of the Angel Tree program, where they received gifts and clothing. But we just saw the video of Will, whose life has been changed because of the Salvation Army. He represents the real people behind those numbers, the real people that we can work together through the Salvation Army to make a difference. I hope you'll join me in going to beyondthebells.org and contributing today to the work of the Salvation Army. And I hope you'll encourage 3 of your friends to also join by going to beyondthebells.org and making a contribution to the Salvation Army, because together we can work to help those in our community who are in great need.
Salvation Army of Murfreesboro is a community that is really has a potential to really close the gap on providing that hope, but also in the process, when that hope comes, is the healing that may come along with that in some long in their journey that really has kept them from excelling to where their dream is. And the ultimate goal for the Murfreesboro Coalition is really to provide, at the end result, is that wholeness.
We provide emergency sheltering for individuals who find themselves in a crisis moment. We provide counseling for those who are looking to move forward and improve the quality of their life. We also offer the Pathway of Hope program, which allows us to come alongside a family for long-term care in the sense of we're just not going to put them out in a few months. But what do they need? Do they need better training? Do they need a better place to live? Do they need transportation? We just sit down with them one-on-one and work with that individual family and their needs so that it changes not only their life, but the next generation in their family. Really, our overall vision for this is that this becomes a place that inspires hope. That when families come, whether it's to get a food box or to get a meal or maybe they need a night, it's to inspire hope. It's to help give them their own vision and help them to rewrite their story.
I see lots of youthful activities in Murfreesboro Core. The basketball, I envision football practice. I envision soccer activities in the back. I envision kickball. I envision our after-school programs. Even a daycare to do a mom's day out, that the moms have an opportunity to come and drop their kids off knowing they'll be safe in a safe environment, but be able to have that time for them to go out and do certain things and special things.
Our commitment to those who give, those who want to participate, is to allow them to share in that improvement of quality of life, to see the good works that they've done, to see the impact on lives that they make. As Captain said, to transform, seeing someone's lives transformed, knowing that your time and talent and treasures did that is an amazing gift. And so we hope to share that with all of those who come on board. Whether you just give or whether you actually come in and volunteer, we would love both.
We at Chick-fil-A are honored to be this year's 2020 Salvation Army Community Spotlight Partner. You know, we have a saying around our restaurants that we're not in the chicken business, we're actually in the people business, and we simply use chicken as an avenue to reach people. So when we come across an organization in our community that can use our chicken to reach people and expand their mission, we decide to go all in. Over the last couple of years, we've been able to donate hundreds of pounds of food to the Salvation Army to help support their 5 o'clock community feeding. You know, this last year they served over 58,000 meals to our community. It's such an incredible opportunity, and at Chick-fil-A, on behalf of our almost 300 team members, we're truly honored to get to partner with an organization such as this. We want to invite you. With over 58,000 meals served last year, there's still more that can be done. So I would invite other businesses and community leaders to figure out how you can get involved to help the Salvation Army mission to reach people in need here in the city of Murfreesboro. They need us, and we need to step up to show the city of Murfreesboro the love that we have in our unique ways.
Bo, I want to thank you for being a part of the Beyond the Bell Ring virtual event this year. It is great to have partners like you, Chick-fil-A, to represent, to come alongside of us and provide that hope to our community that we serve so abundantly. And so I just want to thank you for that.
Yes, sir. Well, we're honored to be this year's Community Spotlight Partner. It was unexpected, but much appreciated. We appreciate the work that you all do in the community, and it's an honor to partner with you. I think we want to invite everybody that's watching and everybody that attended the event here online that remember you can still do your part by helping the Salvation Army. Please log on to beyondthebells.org, show some support to the Salvation Army, and that way together we can do the most good.
When we started with the Salvation Army, we volunteered for supper. Then it kind of expanded out. I think everybody's familiar with the Salvation Army with the kettles and ringing of the bells. Of course, my wife and I did that also. Our family got involved, and it was a lot of fun. The biggest thing to me as far as programs for the Salvation Army is the Angel Tree. If you go in the gym right before everything is distributed and you see 1,000 boxes and 400 bicycles, and know that the kids in the Rutherford County, Cannon County community are going to have a very nice Christmas, and look at the giving of the community, that makes an impact on you. 2 years ago, I put a garden in, and one of the neat things, especially working in the garden, was people are curious about it. They'll come up and say, my grandparents had a garden. What are you growing? What's that? They get curious, and you get to know what their goals are. You celebrate with them when they come up to you and say, hey, Scott, I got a job. I got a place to live. I'm transitioning out. This was a wonderful experience. The people here have been great, but the next level of my life is right before me, and I want to take that. I think if you are here in the Salvation Army and you're coming in contact with the clients and life happens, we are very blessed, and my wife and I, and we wanted to give something back to the community. And I think when you start hearing those stories, that kind of moves you to help in any way you can. The Salvation Army is a great place. There's opportunity to mow the yard and supplement so they don't have to pay somebody. There's answering the phone, there's doing food service, the red kettle. There's 101 things that people can do, and you feel really good about what you're doing because it serves the community.
I do not know where Murfreesboro would be if we didn't have a Salvation Army here. We feed every night, 7 days a week, from 50 to 100 people off the street, a good, hot, nutritious meal. We provide beds and places to stay for about 50 people a night. So if they did not have the Salvation Army, these people would be on the streets because there's really no other place for them. There's not another shelter for men here in Rutherford County. I had a flat tire on my car, and my husband had always taken care of that type of thing, and it just unnerved me. And one of the residents here, he knew I was upset, and I just told him, what had happened. And he said, Miss Beverly, your husband put you here so we could take care of you. And he went out and changed my tire for me in the rain and the cold.
Thank you so much, Ted, for serving this year as our honorary chair for our Beyond the Bells lunch. I know you do so much in our community. You're so busy. You're our trustee for Rutherford County. You're the minister at Milton Church of Christ, and you serve on so many boards. But we just so appreciate you taking your time to do this.
It's been a real pleasure and a real honor, and I appreciate the honor of being the honorary chairman for this year's Beyond the Bells virtual event for the Salvation Army. It's been a real pleasure for me and to work with the Salvation Army and all the great work that you do. We want to remind everyone that you can still go to beyondthebells.org and contribute to help the great work of the Salvation Army in our community.